Why does society want women to look like girls? Let me guess. Because beauty standards aren't about attraction, they are about power. At the end of the day, we need to admit all these beauty cultures, or basically the modern beauty standards for women, are for control. Let's just look at the whole concept of anti-aging. When women starts getting wrinkles, they are like, oh, why isn't she taking care of herself? But when a man is getting wrinkles, most of the time people are like, he is aging like fine wine, he is being distinguished, he is becoming a mature person, he is entering his adulthood. But why are most of the female features, mostly girl-like or youth-like features of women, are rewarded the most? Because when a youth-like feature becomes a beauty standard, it is basically a punishment for women in their adulthood. Because all these skincare brands selling anti-aging products, masks, serums, the best way to sell a product is just by saying to women, oh, it's anti-aging. And the amount of propaganda they needed to instill this and instill fear in the minds of women that aging is bad and aging is a failure is very much of a topic to be concerned about as a person who lives in a society, and we need to talk about it more. Because why does a woman need to look like a 19-year-old just to get basic human rights? Why is it a compliment for a woman to say, oh, you don't look like you are in your 40s or you are in your 50s? Like, yeah, everyone's body is different and maybe some have that in their genes, but it's not good to push every woman into one particular beauty standard of looking young or looking youth-like, looking like, oh, you are in your 30s, it just looks like you are just, in early 20s or something, as if that's good. Because so much of fear has been instilled in the minds that even there is a quote, never ask her age, like never ask a woman her age. Why aging for women is considered a failure or bad, or basically not a perfect beauty standard? Why is it always no wrinkles, plumpy skin, tight skin? And when at a certain age women starts getting wrinkles, everyone in the society keeps up telling her different ways and different methods to reverse aging. Why is it so much within the minds of women that aging, having wrinkles, or looking like you are at the age of 40s or 50s is something bad? Second is hairless body. Like, why is that females always considered to have no hair on their body? It's like biological to have hair on your body because all mammals have it. And before you say having hair on your body is unhygienic, so why is hair on a body of a man considered masculine and hair on women's body considered dirty? It's basically misogyny in razor. Okay, like, let's just take example, like, why are men considered to be looking like adults but females are always expected, women are always expected to look like prepubescent? It's basically infantilization of women. Okay, like, removal of hair are like, temporary removal of hair. Waxing is very hurtful and it's painful. Shaving can cause bumps, infections, cuts, and laser treatments are expensive. Not everyone can afford it. So why aren't there these things for men too? Why having body hair so much of a masculine thing for men and not considered unhygienic, but for women it is considered unhygienic? So basically all the time it is said, oh, she's such a girly girl and feminine, so much of femininity in her. The feminine is always described with smoothness, innocence, soft voiced. These are basically not the signs of maturity, okay? And all these standards basically show that women beauty standards in modern day are basically inspired from prepubescence. This needs to be seen because the amount of propaganda it took to actually instill fear in the mind of women that having body hair is disgusting and shameful needs to be considered as well, and it should be a topic of consideration too. Because if having body hair is so unhygienic in general, then why is always a woman punished and called unhygienic for having and not men? Okay, so this one is the biggest one. Having a small sized or petite body, being short heighted, is rewarded a lot. And see, before someone comes up with it, having a small sized body or being petite is not a problem, but that becoming a sole beauty standard for a woman, and women who are not petite are curvy or muscular, being forced to look and have a smaller size is a problem. Okay, because let's just be honest about it, everybody's bodies are different, and having a small petite body is basically a youth-like feature. And women, when they enter their adulthood, they obviously have various changes which makes them store fat in different places which are necessary for them, and somehow that is not very much rewarding. And most of the women are forced by the society to diet, to do this, to do that, to remove fat from their body and be or fit into a particular size. Even pinch and inch campaign by Kellogg's was only for women, and it was like inspiring women to basically lose weight, and you can lose weight by this campaign. Because why is always, most of the time, not always, like most of the time, women body shamed because they are very curvy or they have certain more weight and don't fit in a particular size? Why can't we just celebrate every body type? And why did it take society so much time to actually have XXL, XXL plus sized women in modeling agencies? Because in early 2000s was very, very ruthless to women too. Okay, now these features are basically inspired from prepubescent features of a woman, because of course when they hit puberty changes occur. And when we see it biologically too, testosterone is a fat burning hormone as well, according to dietitians. So men have more testosterone in them, okay, and women have less. Estrogen is a fat storing hormone too. So it makes women store fat near their hips to support pregnancy and other biological features like menstruation too. A man functions better with almost 10 to 15% of body fat, but a woman functions best or basically the lower limit for a woman is to have a body fat between 20 to 10%, which makes it pretty clear that women need to be more larger or have a bit more fat in their body than men do, which is biological. But why are always women considered to look smaller and shorter than men? Because even in nature you see, female flowers are taller and bigger than the male ones are. Even worms or animals, it is in nature, because women do support childbirth and their biological body is made for that. So of course they will store more fat, but still somehow it is always the society who expects women to be younger than the man or younger than her partner, look smaller than her partner, and look shorter than her partner. This beauty standard is not meant for attraction. This is meant for control, because basically if a woman who is plus size or is healthier, curvy, muscular, and is not fitting in a certain range of size, then they are forced to diet, and the society body shames them and says them, oh, you need to diet, you need to do dieting, and you need to go to gym, and you need to work out too much, and you need to burn calories a lot. This basically creates a lot of food disorders in women too, okay, because imagine a woman who's actually functions better by being in a particular range size. Like if her size is XL and she performs better in that way and her brain works properly, then continuously if society shames her and she is forced to do dieting and etc., she will have to consume less than what her body needs. She will function less better, and her brain wouldn't function very better emotionally, and therefore it would be easy to control her. Okay, having a small sized body is shown feminine, and feminine is marketed as harmless. So we can already come with this conclusion that having a petite body is a standard of society expecting women to look smaller and shorter than men is basically inspired from prepubescent age. Okay, it is basically infantilization of women. Okay, and this is basically a misogynistic ideology too. Okay, this needs to sink in. Let that sink in. We need to talk about it. Why is it so much that always a woman is body shamed? You won't see a single woman. Most of the plus size women or a curvy women is body shamed so much. Why? It's not okay. Okay, this is very much immoral for a society as well, to expect women who are not fitting a particular size range to be considered ugly, or not basically a person who need to be getting attracted to. So all of these basically show having petite body, hairless body, then anti-aging, that if you are looking like you're 40, then that's a failure. You need to look younger than what you look like. And if you start getting wrinkles, you need to do something with it. All of this, and even having a soft voice, are the beauty standards for women most of the time in modern society. All of these are basic features of a prepubescent girl who is about to enter puberty or is below it. Okay, and somehow these are the beauty standards most of the time for a woman, and if a woman doesn't fit into it, she's pushed to fit into this. All of these are considered to be very feminine, and feminine is marketed as harmless. So all these beauty standards are not for attraction but for control, because women are generally expected to take less space, occupy less, eat less, have less appetite, low effort stuffs, having very less opinion, so it is easier to control her and she looks harmless. All of these are to control women, and the amount of brainwashing which has been done to instill the fear in a woman's mind that they are gaining weight and they need to lose it. Because in average, the average age is at the age of 12 when a woman starts dieting. A small girl, the average age is that at the age of 12, women, or basically small girls at the age of 12 start dieting. This is the amount of marketing has been done that a small girl of age 8 thinks that she needs to diet. This is the average age when a girl starts dieting in her life. Okay, so till 30s or basically 40s, a woman is always pushed to look like a certain way, to look like a certain thing, to fit in a particular beauty standard. And this becomes this beauty standard, and when you push a woman to do that, it becomes easier to control her. Because having a small body, baby-like voice, or basically having childlike features makes a person easier to control. Okay, mind you, by childlike features I mean physically. So when a woman is pushed to look like that, it is easier to control them like that, because women are not always rewarded for looking like an adult, looking mature, being a bit healthier, having curves on their body, having hair on their body, which is considered masculine for a man, not having a soft voice, being adult basically is not rewarded for women but is always rewarded for a man. Okay, all these shows that a women beauty standard is inspired from prepubescent age of a woman and is basically used to control women. But not a lot of people are ready for this conversation, isn't it? All these are strong points which actually show this.